Congratulations to Nigerians.
Yes, your name, sir.
My name is Kingsley Chinda, member representing ABBAS Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikwere man from Rivers State.
So tell us your assessment of the entire process and what Nigerians expect from this 10th House.
Well, clearly the process is a little bit different from what we used to see. I think that the whole issue of a transparent NAS, an open NAS, has started from the elections that was conducted, and I pray that the Speaker and his team, the incoming team, will continue to build on that. The Speaker, TAJUDEEN ABBAS, is one with impeccable records, and our prayers for him is wisdom. Our prayers for him is that this should be another feather by the time he concludes as Speaker, that Nigerians will be happy and will yearn for more persons like him, and that he will not disappoint many of us that supported him. And all that can only happen if God is with him, which I believe.
In support of the what we see in the I don't think the open ballot system had any in the influencing the outcome of this election.
No doubt, open ballot system will clearly make members understand that if you pitch your tent with anybody, there is no need to attempt to deceive, because at the end of the day, it's going to be an open ballot system. But you know what comes with a secret ballot system. People hobnob with all the candidates, knowing that at the end of the day, you won't even know where they have voted. So I believe that the open ballot system is the best for us.
So your full name, sir. Sorry, your full name.
Kingsley Chinda, member representing ABBAS Federal Constituency in Rivers State.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Congratulations. Sir.
Thank you.
Tell us your name.
I am Honorable Prince Bayo Balogun, member representing Ibeju-Lekki Federal Constituency, the economic and industrial, emerging economic and industrial hub of Nigeria.
So why did the House have to adopt the open ballot system when we saw Senate take?
Well, actually, after every administration, beginning of every administration, the House rule is amended based on many factors. This last one was amended in 2020. It was not just done now. It was done in 2020. The previous one was in 2016. So it is not what that was actually done. And many other alterations actually went into the game. So that is what we have in the rule book, and that's what we actually did.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish him well.
Just before you go there, two questions. With regard to the 10th Assembly, what are your expectations of the 10th Assembly that it should prioritize? Also, the issue of ministerial list from the President. Would you be pushing for him to present that list with portfolios attached?
Well, in terms of expectations, we have a good, well, not a good number. We have some members from the 9th Assembly that are going into the 10th Assembly. They are the foundation of this Assembly, and I believe that, and I hope that they will build on the work. The 10th Assembly will build on the work that we've done in the 9th Assembly, and that's a lot. Some work is unfinished. I expect them to finish off that job. Constitutional amendment, and the issue of gender parity, and so many other things. Electoral laws remains unfinished, even though a strong foundation has been laid. And I believe I expect the 10th Assembly to build on those things. And I expect them to, beyond that, begin to break new frontiers in terms of legislative work. As you know, Nigeria is a very complex, very massive country, and things will continue to happen. Things will continue to, situations will continue to come up. And I believe that this 10th Assembly should be able to rise up to those situations and help the executive and the president in governing and taking this country to another level.
What about a ministerial list with portfolios attached?
Well, ministerial list. As you know, the president has about 60 days by law now to present his ministerial list. So that is coming. Whether he chooses to present with or without portfolio, that's his prerogative, and I believe he will do the right thing, as he has been doing since he was sworn into office. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My name is Honorable Moshood Olanyiwaji from Lagos Penang Federal Constituency in Lagos State.
The election has been held. What is your assessment and what should the Nigerians expect from the State House?
Well, the first thing that was clear from the election we had was the total acceptance of the Speaker. If you look at, I don't think in the history of this House, a Speaker has ever emerged with such difference. So the first thing we should understand is that the whole House is behind the Speaker, so which is very good. And that means that we are united in purpose, in goals, and in everything. So the Nigerians should expect the very best from this House, because it's a combination of so many intelligent people from different backgrounds, different experience.
Did you see the open ballot system being the game changer?
Well, I think it's beautiful, because at the end of the day, why should you be afraid to show who you're voting for? You should be proud to say this is what I'm voting for. So for me, I think it's a very beautiful one. And I think every other houses should adopt it. It shows where you are. So your constituents know that they've sent you on an errand and they know you are delivering that message. Everybody that has voted here today has voted based on what their constituent wants. So basically, for me, I think it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Tell us your name and your constituency.
My name is Honorable Comrade Chinedu Oga Owen, member representing the Ikwezasa Federal Constituency. I'm from Ebonyi State.
You aspire to be the deputy speaker?
Yes,
It
yes.
doesn't seem that you have your way. So how are you relating with this?
It's not about do or die affair. And when my leaders, especially the governor of Ebonyi State, Chief Francis Oboni Wifro, talked to me and the former SGF and Empower Sanyim, and equally the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now called me and told me, my son, this is the way we want you to be. I have to abide by the rule. I'm a party man. I once executive of a party. And that is why I abide by the rule to support the anointed candidate and vote for them.
Are you surprised that the deputy speaker still contested this election?
That is a democracy. It's a welcome development. He have shown his strength. So we are not disputing of anybody that contesting.
Now, the open ballot system is the game changer here. But we saw in the Senate the secret ballot. Tell us what your opinion is.
Yes, the thing is that he has shown the openness and the stand of each person when there is an open ballot system. And that is all about it. And he have a more free rancor. And it will make the person that elected to know those that vote for him and how to pilot the affair. God bless you.
It's a busy day here at the National Assembly complex. We have seen the election of is a former member and a member-elect who has now become a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Victor Ogene. Thank you for your time, and tell us your assessment of the entire process. Contrary to what we saw at the Senate, which was secret ballot, what we had here was an open ballot system. Tell us your assessment of this exercise.
Well, thank you for having me. First and foremost, what happened in the Senate is in adherence to their own rules, which still carries the secret ballot mode. But in the House of Representatives, I'm aware that the rules were changed to have open ballot, and that is what took place today. For me, it's a new day for democracy. It's the triumph of the people's will, which is what we have always advocated, that members and members-elect should be given the opportunity to choose their own leaders. And today, we proudly chose our own leaders.
So will you describe that process as the game changer, the open ballot system that we saw?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that maybe some people who ordinarily would have voted otherwise may have been coerced or forced or afraid to cast their votes. And no, because this House made that rule to make it an open ballot system. And it worked for everybody. It's a win-win situation.
So what next? The election is over. Now we have two presiding officers. What next for the 10th House of Representatives?
For me, I think the elections were over even before it started, given the number of high-profile aspirants who stepped down. That made the contest not to be too fierce. We are all one. We are brothers. We are colleagues. We are associates. And so with the elections over, it is down to work. there are a lot of things to be done in these 4 years going forward. And I'm sure that the Speaker will hit the ground running, given the number of bills he also inspired and got passed in the 9th Assembly.
Thank you so very much, sir. Of course, the expectation is that the new leadership of the 10th House of Representatives will indeed hit the ground running, and that much has been said by the newly elected Speaker. So now with me is another member who will also talk to us about today's proceedings. Welcome, sir, to TVC News.
Thank you very much.
Tell us your name and your constituency.
My name is Boyega Isiaka from Yewa North Imekwafon, Federal Constituency of Ogun State.
It's your first time in the Parliament. Tell us how your experience is today that we have seen. Is this election so far?
Well, it's interesting, expectedly intriguing. I mean, we knew the number of aspirants some 3-4 weeks ago, but here today we have only 3 people that were, that were nominated and who also accepted the nomination. So when you see how the number has been able to come down, I think it's good for democracy. I think in all, what I would say is that competency has triumphed, capacity has triumphed, nationhood, the spirit of building nationhood has also triumphed here today. And I'm happy that I'm part of this whole process that has led us to where we are today. And I'm expecting, that as we go into the into the administration proper with the new president that has shown a lot of faith and a lot of capacity in the last 1 or 2 weeks. I think Nigerians are in for very interesting times ahead.
Yes, talking about the open ballot system, what we saw in the Senate was actually different. We saw the secret ballot system. Now, coming here to see that the open ballot system was used, how will you describe it as a way of coercing members to actually vote for the party's choice?
Well, I don't think so. It's also by, it wasn't as it was forced on members. It's a part of the rule that I'm told, I wasn't here, was made almost 4 years ago. And therefore, if there must be a reason for it. The important thing is that these are all mature men and women that are here on this floor. And I expect everybody to be able to come out and say exactly what is in mind. I mean, despite the numbers that we have in support of the candidate that emerged eventually, we still have people that voted against him. So I think it's a matter of choice. The argument could be neither here nor there as to which one is better. But as far as I'm concerned, since it is in conformity with the rule that was actually agreed upon, I think it's in order.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We will see more members in time to come. We see here the proceedings are still on in the House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker will be giving his acceptance speech, and so we will also be able to analyze this speech to be able to tell Nigerians what to expect in the 10th House of Representatives.
It was a very good process. It was a process that threw up 2 round holes in 2 round pegs in 2 round holes. So effective people, qualified people to lead the 10th Assembly. And I'm so proud of them. So proud of the accomplishments, particularly what the Speaker has done and what the Deputy Speaker has also done.
Okay, so what's your expectation for this 10th Assembly?
Our expectation that given the way the elections went, you see that the Speaker scored 353 votes. The other 2 contestants scored 3 each. And these 353 votes came from about 7 or 8 political parties. What it tells you is that we are going to work as a team to take Nigeria, to move Nigeria forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good to see you too. You are very loud on Twitter. And then you have also been very involved in this electioneering process.
I'm the spokesperson of the campaign.
Absolutely. What's your review of how the process went today?
Well, I believe it was broadcast live to the whole world. I believe TVC also, it was smooth, it was transparent, it was clear, no mago-mago. and you could see that the will of the members prevailed. An overwhelming victory. In fact, in 2019, 9th Assembly, we thought Honorable Gbajabiamila's win with 282 votes or so, we thought it was landslide. We've never had something like that. But this one, incredible.
353.
Incredible.
Now, the concerns of many Nigerians is that your party, APC, has had its way.
Yeah.
Unlike what happened in 2015.
Yeah.
How much of oversight function and making the executive accountable are we going to see from the 10th Assembly?
Well, it's only those that don't understand the parliamentary process. They are the ones that are worried about the parties getting involved in the leadership of the House. That's the standard practice. The most solid democracy in the world is the United States democracy, which I like to cite. If you look at what happened when some districts were flipped from blue to red, immediately the Republican Party got involved, and the leader of the party, the former President Donald Trump, got involved and said Speaker McCarthy had to be the speaker. So it's going to be cooperation with the executive, like the landslide bills we passed at the last assembly. We're going to continue to pass landslide bills.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.